Please welcome your host of Bombing Run, General A.A. Ron.
All right, it's time for Bombing Run. Yeah!
Yeah!
Oh, thank you so much. It's the Halloween edition of Bombing Run. It's going to be great. But the rules for Bombing Run are simple. Each comedian combatant gets to do their 5-minute sets, while the mysterious comedian judge will be looking for their setup punch and appearance in front of the live studio audience. Warning combatants. If you say the FRC word, Freddie F-Bomb will bomb your set, and you can't be Joker Ace. 2 more rules to Bombing Run. If you leave more than 25 seconds of the clock, it's considered a dud, and you can't be Joker Ace. But if you go over your time, it's considered a time bomb, and you can't be Joker Ace. Okay? So with that being said, let's give a big warm applause to our mysterious comedian judge, Judge the Crusher, everybody. Judge the Crusher. And they crushed my hopes and dreams of ever being a real comedian earlier today. That happened. That was a sad day. But no, they're a comedian. They've been in the business long enough, so they know what they're looking for in this game show. So with that being said, let's meet our comedian combatants for game number 1, shall we? Contestant number 1.
I'm John Molehill. I'm from Indianapolis.
All right, now contestant number 2.
I'm Emma Paxton. I'm from Rochester, New York.
And now contestant number 3.
I'm Lloyd Legacy Sharp, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
All right, these comedian combatants will be doing combat on the game show known as Bombing Run. So comedian combatants, to your battle stations. Comedian combatants, to your battle stations. As we go to the first comedian combatant for the night, please welcome John Molehill, everybody. Yeah! Woo!
What's up, everybody? Happy Halloween. My buddy Kyle asked me the other day, is like, man, artificial intelligence is taking over the world. I mean, it creates art, it creates music. He said, aren't you worried that AI is going to take over stand-up comedy? I said, no, because they'd have one hell of a time trying to put a computer through childhood trauma. And I'm familiar with childhood trauma because I was traumatized as a kid during Halloween. I couldn't fit in any of the costumes because I was too fat. And all I got to do was put the mask on and they could still see my cheeks and chin popping out the sides. So I figured, well, my mom gave me this square picture frame. She said, just walk around holding that up around your face and tell everybody that you're the before. Which is pretty crummy, right? And I told my dad, I said, Dad, I want to be a cop this year. He said, son, you're too fat to be a cop, but we can make you a security guard. I was like, thanks, Dad. And I mean, this time of year does get kind of scary for me because it's almost winter. Nothing's scarier than winter time to me, except maybe making sure the candy doesn't have any staples or needles in it, which I think parents just made up so they had an excuse to confiscate candy and eat it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last year I told my daughter, oh yeah, every single one of these Snickers looks counterfeit. I'm going to keep them. Daddy will keep you safe. And then I heard on the news the other day, I guess some people are supposedly putting edibles out to kids during trick-or-treating. I'm like, serious? That scares me because these kids can't be high and still find needles and staples in their candy. So I told my kids, if you get any edibles, tell Daddy where you got them from, because I'm going to dress up as a security guard and go get more. And one of my neighbors, he was giving out beers to adults. I was like going around grabbing random kids, bringing them back up to his door to get more beer. And it worked great until I accidentally grabbed his kid. And anyway, man, we got a diabetes epidemic. These kids don't need tricks or treats. They need people dropping insulin syringes in their bag.
No.
God damn.
One of my favorite things about the Halloween time is it's one of the only opportunities to get my kids off their iPads and devices, because they are on those things all the time. Every time I look up from my phone. This year I'm gonna go as the dad that steals their kids' candy. And you know, I make fat jokes about myself. That makes some people uncomfortable. But trust me, it's not near as uncomfortable as being this fat. Construction work is hard when you're fat. You gotta walk and work and use a shovel. It is not fun. And I usually wear all black because it's supposedly slimming, but it's definitely not fooling the booth at McDonald's.
Oh, shit.
I always wondered if what Jeffrey Dahmer was like as a kid. You know, it's not something you think about much, but I just kind of picture him as a little kid, you know. He was dipping his knuckles in ketchup and that's delicious. And I could just see his mom saying, Jeffrey, don't eat your fingers. And I see little Jeffrey Dahmer at Texas Roadhouse, and the server kneels down and says, well, how would you like your steak, Jeffrey? And Jeffrey looks up at him, human. And his mom says, Jeffrey, I told you to quit saying that. I don't know why Jeffrey Dahmer's mom sounds like Marge Simpson. Anyway, guys, happy Halloween. Be safe. Have fun. Thank you, Bombing Run, for having me.
All right, let's give it up for John Molehill, everybody. Yeah. All right, and John, where can we find you on social media?
John Molehill, at John Molehill.
At John Molehill on everything, yep. Apparently.
Pretty much, yes.
All right, thank you so much for being on. All right, let me get over here. There I am. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer eating a ham sandwich. That's just, yeah, that is scary. That is scary. Judge the Crusher. You get what? You found that nail biting. Are you ready for the next comedian combatant?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so let's give it up for our second comedian combatant of game number 1. Let's give it up for Emma Paxton, everybody. Yeah!
Hey, everyone. So this Halloween, you may not be able to tell, I'm going as a green flag. That way I do not have to do anything. You know, thing about Halloween costumes and what would be the scariest, I kind of think that the Burger King would be definitely the most frightening. Who wants to wake up with the king? I feel like he belongs in a state penitentiary. You know, I don't think anyone wants to wake up with the king. But I think that, you know, some people could go, maybe a man could go as emotionally available. That would be a good costume. Definitely a red flag. Let's see. Do we all agree on what the worst Halloween candy is? Let's take a consensus. Do we all agree that it's circus peanuts?
Yeah.
Do we all agree about that? I don't even know what a circus peanut is. Is it made out of moon excrement from outer space? It's kind of like biting into chewy air. I'm kind of thinking like, tone it down, circus peanuts. We can see you from outer space with that bright orange color. You need a makeover. Comes in that nondescript bag. It doesn't even deserve its own brand name, you know. Circus peanuts are the reject candy, the candy that no one will text back. You know, it is not going well for circus peanuts. Also, you got Necco wafers. I don't think we need to worry about drug cartels smuggling cocaine when clearly it's all coming in through the Necco wafers with that powder. If you like banana flavored candy, you should extricate yourself from this Zoom right now because you are incorrect. And I think that Necco wafers are kind of like, you know, what is this, a flavorful Bitcoin? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. But yeah, Halloween is fun. Halloween is fun. It makes me think of like ghosting people. And what are some good reasons to ghost a man? There's a lot. I think
Penis. Sorry.
that's one. People are kind of on a crusade against like love bombing right now. Like, he's such a love bomber. He wrote me a love letter. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. He's such a love bomber. He bought me dinner. Like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. He's such a love bomber. He said it was the most amazing thing on the planet. Like, what do you want him to do? Say you're merely adequate? I'm a sucker for love bombing. It's happened to me so many times. Love bombing. Like, if someone doesn't say I'm the most amazing person they ever met within 2 days, I'm like, do you even like me? I think he hates me, but you know, I want to get engaged, you know, but not to actually get engaged. I just want the likes on Facebook.
Oh.
I am a millennial, but like a year ago, I got almost engaged. But you can't brag about that on Facebook, right? It's like, hey, I almost got the job. I'm just shy of my PhD. There's no way to brag about that. But I was thinking about dreams, and like, I had this dream about a catfish, but it wasn't really a catfish. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but someone on a dating app asked me if I liked orgies, and I was like, ew, you're disgusting. I'm an introvert. I don't hang out in groups. People ask, like, are you kinky, Emma? Do you have any kinks? And I'm like, no, this really weird kink for a girl. I really like it when a guy writes me love letters, gets me chocolate, writes me poems, lights candles. I'm just super kinky like that. People are like, Emma, that's so vanilla. And I'm like, actually, I said chocolate. All right, thank you, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Yay. All right, let's give it up for Emma Paxton, everybody. All right, and Emma, where can we find you on social media?
Instagram, EMP_comedy_.
All right, go check her out on that. That's awesome. Go check out her Instagram. And you can't just almost get married. That's called not getting married. Judge the Crusher. Hey, can you get off your phone and quit playing Candy Crush? Oh, you were taking notes. Okay, well, that's different. Okay. Are you you want candy after the show? I will get you candy. You're ready. Okay. It sucks having the judge in the office. You guys have no idea. In the studio with you. It's really that hard.
Hi, Orb.
That was perfect. Actually, Judge, it was perfect. That's what I'm just going to tell you, Judge. All right. So up next for our next comedian combatant is, give it up for Lloyd Legacy Sharp, everybody. Yeah.
I want to make it clear. It was not me grabbing children. That was the bearded white guy. It was the bearded white guy grabbing the children, not me.
Oh my God.
Not me.
What's happening?
Anyway, I have a Halloween story for you. I tried candy corn one time. And one time was enough. The end. And the amount of division that statement can drive down the middle of a room, That's the level of social dysfunction I want to get to. That needs to be the chaos bar. We're all so mad. I don't like what you look like. I don't like who you love. I don't like what you believe in. I don't like how you identify. I want to get to the point where the most offensive thing you can say to somebody else is, hey, your candy choices kind of mid. Because sure, if you happen to like those little satanic sugar cones, you might take offense to that. But if you wake up on Saturday and that's the worst thing you've heard all week from another human being, that's progress.
Yeah.
In my ideal world, there is no Republicans versus Democrats and Christians versus atheists and QAnon versus normal people. In my ideal world, the most divisive topic you can bring up during the Halloween season is whether or not Die Hard was a Christmas movie.
Ooh.
Not going to give you my opinion about it, so I had to come here to talk politics. I'll tell you this, I live in Boston, Massachusetts, which is just a few towns over from Salem. The Halloween capital of the world, if you haven't heard. And last year, I had a bit of an experience in Salem that I'm going to tell you about for the first time ever here tonight. So, I was invited to a wedding in Salem, Massachusetts on Friday the 13th.
Whoa.
I got cheeky about it. I took to Facebook and I said, hey, everybody, I'm going to a wedding on Friday the 13th in the month of October in Salem, Massachusetts. What could go wrong? Here's what I learned. Because I went to Salem. And for those of you who haven't been to Salem during the month of October, first of all, don't. But if you choose to ignore me, just picture it like Times Square, but only in October and less rats. Now, I'm in Salem, Massachusetts. I walk into the town and I'm stuck in one place for 30 minutes. Then, once I break free from the rest of the crowd, I actually run into a police officer. You know, people who look like me's favorite thing to do outdoors. Now, this officer tells me, I tell him where I'm trying to get to, and he actually tells me, you know what, at this hour, you're not going to get through to that point, and there's no transit out here right now because the streets are packed. You should just go. Now, look, I've met a lot of well-meaning police officers in my life. They're not all terrible. But saying not all police officers are terrible is like saying not all men are bad. Yeah, technically. But most of them are, so you should still use caution. So what I did was I listened to him, and I turned around and left. Because one, he knows Salem better than I do. But two, I'm not going to take my chances of arguing with a police officer in the middle of a town who kill people when they think they're doing something wrong and then monetize it for the rest of eternity.
No.
So what I learned is never say, what could go wrong? Better yet, never say what could go wrong to Facebook. A place which its very existence is the answer to that question.
Yes.
Again. I did not taste those children.
All right, let's give it up for Lloyd Legacy Sharp, everybody. And Lloyd, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me, you can find me at Lloyd Legacy 617 on Instagram, TikTok, don't do Twitter, and Lloyd Legacy Sharp on Facebook.
Awesome. Go check him out on that. Thank you so much. And we know he didn't take those children. All right, that's enough of that. All right. And now it's time to find out who is Joker Ace for game number 1. Is it John Molehill, Emma Paxton, or Lloyd Legacy Sharp? Judge the Crusher, who is it? It can't be you. What? Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's who it is. All right, Joker Race for game number 1 is John Molehill, everybody. Yeah. John, stick around. After game number 2, we'll be doing Dogfight edition, so stick around, please, and we'll be right back after this. In 1943, the Allies were losing the war. General Douglas A. MacArthur ordered the creation of Joke Force, a small group of stand-up comedians who would parachute behind enemy lines to kill the advancing army with jokes. Their missions were known as bombing. Some comedians killed, while others died on the battlefield stage. The Joke Force was disbanded right after the Laughingstock Peace Treaty was signed. Today, their mission lives on as the game show Bombing Run, hosted by General A.A. Ron.
Bombing Run.
Stay tuned. Game number 2 is coming right up of Bombing Run, right here on DBTV. All right, it's time for game number 2 of Bombing Run, Halloween edition. Yeah, we're going to meet our contestants for game number 2. Let's get started with that. Let's meet contestant number 1.
Hi, I'm Janie Stephans from Oxnard, California.
All right, now contestant number 2.
Hi, I'm Kristine Knowlton, and I'm from Boo, Jersey.
All right, and now contestant number 3.
I'm Kendra Karbowski, aka Winifred Sanderson, and I am from Omaha, Nebraska, or Salem. Depending on the
That's
time of
terrifying.
year.
It's terrifying either way.
These combatants will be doing These comedian combatants will be doing combat on the game show known as Bombing Run. Oh, yeah. So, comedian combatants, to your battle stations. Comedian combatants, to your battle stations. Yes, as we get to go to our first comedian combatant, please welcome to the stage, J.D. Stephans, everybody. Yeah.
Hi. So, I have the pleasure of celebrating one of my favorite holidays. It comes around once a year. I'm sure we all know what it is. It's an October one, okay, you guys? So go ahead and say it out loud. We all know what it is. October 15th, when my dispensary charges up to 50% less. Yes, absolutely. Mark that on your calendars. October 15th, all day. I'm just saying. Okay. It's a beautiful time to be a stoner. Which I am allowed to say. Okay. I can say that S word, stoner. So I did. Thank you. I'm exercising my right as a hippie. As I've gotten older, I realized something about myself. Like, I keep thinking I'm going to get everything together. I'm going to get my ish together, as the Gen Zs would say. And I realize I'm just becoming a surlier and grumpier version of what probably Gen Z was 20 years ago. Just like millennial plus. Anybody else at that point? Where you know what I mean? Let me explain, okay? You have to ask Gen Z what they're saying most of the time. Okay? But you don't agree with at least 50% of it. Just we're like, wait a minute, I think you guys made that way more complicated than why are we getting rid of Red Lobster? What did Red Lobster do? I don't know how. I just know Gen Z's involved. I'm blaming them early. It just feels right in my soul. Thank you. I'm just going to say, before Gen Z, okay, we had Red Lobster, and now we have Gen Z, and we don't have Red Lobster. Okay? That's not a coincidence. I'm just saying. I get to say that. I get to point that out, you guys. Listen, I'm going to talk about a very traumatic Halloween story, and I'm going to try not to use any of the words I'm not supposed to say on this show. Let's go. It's going to be an exciting time. So I was 17 and I was dating a man. That was my first bad choice. Don't do that. Like if you're young out there, don't do it. Don't date the men. Get a golden retriever. You're young. You can save yourself. What?
Preach.
Run! You can save yourself. I'm just saying. Okay, I say this as one of your elders. I'm speaking from the future. Don't date anyone. Get some Oreos, get a golden retriever. It's gonna be okay. Get a dildo and name it whatever you like. Mine is named Steve. All of them. They are all named Steve. Okay, back to my trauma. Was Steve the cause? No, Steve wasn't the cause, okay? Steve is the fruit that I have in my life now because of the trauma, okay? Listen, I'm dating this boy. We're both in our 17s. I'm 17, he's 17. We're two idiots. He decided that he was going to dress up his Willie in a very special way. I guess he wanted it to participate in Halloween. But here's the thing, okay? When you dress up the Willie, I'm just saying, okay, listen, this is just so important. Water balloons are not condoms. He deserves, gentlemen, okay? Lotion is a real brand, okay? Playtex, maybe. My goodness, it had to be said. I feel bad for former me. I'm just thinking about it. Like, he passed it off not once, but twice. Twice. And I believed him. That's what penis does to you. Thank you. I'm JD.
Let's give it up for JD. JD, get back up here. That's it. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at JD Stephans, JDSTEPHANS, and on TikTok and whatever they call it now, X, JD_Stephans.
All right, that's great. Go check out JD Stephans on those social media platforms. And now I gotta go to Judge the Crusher. No, I don't look like Beverly Crusher from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Why do you say that? You know, how are you gonna get paid if you're doing that? Are you watching the show at all? You are. Okay, good. You're on that laptop, you're watching, and you're laughing at me. That's great. Were you laughing at the comedians? Oh, good. Are we ready for the next comedian combatant? Oh, we are. Thank goodness. So please welcome to the stage our second comedian combatant for game number 2. Give it up for Kristine Knowlton, everybody. Yeah!
Hello, Bombing Run. Yes, royally flushed. Come on and grab your friends, telling stories and singing songs. With Anne Hathaway, the fun will never end. It's royally flushed. So good evening, you ghouls and other worldly possessed beings. Yes, you all look beautiful. And for the next few moments, I, Anne Hathaway, shall be your hostess that's a ghostess. Now, on my adventures today, I did have to make a lot of grave decisions.
Oh,
oh, the groans here, they remind me of home and my many, many, many friends in low places. But I have been feeling a little under the weather, or in my case, the ground lately. I do hope you'll bear with me, for I have a little cough in. But I was able to meet a really, really, really strong man, and his name was Paul Bearer. We have an old saying in the cemetery. Every time a person falls into an open grave, an angel gets his wings. And the groans are there again. Yes, yes, yes. One question for you. Why do ghosts wear bras? To train their boobies. Now, two ghosts flew into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it. So, where do ghosts like to get wings?
Oh, I don't know.
Booters.
Oh.
All right, that one was a bad one. All right. But you know, I really hate when my boyfriend calls me early in the morning. He thinks I'm just a booty call.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, yes. But you know, one of my best friends is a werewolf.
Ooh.
And his name is Hal. Yes, Hal the werewolf. Yes, I've dated so many werewolves in my time. It's neither here nor there. Then again, dating a werewolf was probably a very bad idea. I'm glad I didn't get myself into a hairy situation. But here's one for you, yes. What's a werewolf's favorite time of year? No Shave November. Oh, come on, that one was hilarious. Oh, life just moved way too fast. It really does. You have to just pause for life. All right, and one more for the wolf. All right, so what is the wolf's favorite show? Wolf Trek. How long and prosper. End with a little song here. My name is untrue. I'm a proud flying ghost and a scary young soul that I've been. So be easy and free when you're flying with me. I'm a ghost you don't meet every day. I'm a spirit by trade and a rambling maid. And as many a games that I've played. So be easy and free when you're flying with me. I'm a ghost you don't meet every day. I'm a roving young soul and wandering young lass. I'm chock full of blarney and brass. So be easy and free when you're flying with me. I'm a ghost you don't meet every day. Along with my friends, I go out for to haunt along the road they call Spook Way. So be easy and free when you're flying with me. I'm a ghost you don't meet every day. I'm a ghost you don't meet every day. Thank you. I've been Kristine Knowlton.
All right, let's give it up for everybody. Oh my gosh. And Kristine, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at linktree.KristineKnowlton, or you can scan the QR code on your screen.
Awesome. You can do all that. That's great. And she's here in spirit. As you can see, she's here in spirit. That's all I can say. And yeah, I'm kind of scared of that right now. She is. I contacted her through a Ouija board. I'm so sorry about that. Judge the Crusher. You afraid no ghost? Okay. Just Ghostbusters. Yeah. The Crusher's crushing my soul. Yeah, this is you. Are you ready for the next comedian combatant?
Woo!
Okay, you are. So let's welcome to the stage our third comedian combatant for game number 2. Let's give it up for Winifred Sanderson, everybody.
One of the glorious modding makes me sick. I tell you, oh my goodness, I'm looking a little rough around the edges today. You know how hard it is to find a virgin these days? It's been years. I mean, honestly, how long ago was it, Aaron, that we met?
Oh.
Oh gosh, I'm just here with my favorite book. Yes, all my wonderful recipes. Yes, it's going to be published soon. Yes, we're working on a fabulous new diet. It's let's see, Old Man's Toes. I have newt, and we're not going to have any bat wings anymore. We're going low carb. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Yes, in fact, I drew out my cauldron and got an Instapot. I can cook so much more that way. Ugh, my sisters, they make me crazy. I've sent them on this thing that Sarah has discovered, my sister Sarah. It's something called a cruise. And she went because there's boys. Meanwhile, my sister Mary is off. I think she started working at, is it Home Depot, where they have all those vacuum cleaners and Roombas. She's really created quite a fixation. So I just, I'm here, you know, and talking to you about Halloween and all things exciting. First off, when I personally started doing comedy, you know, with my other name, Kendra Karbowski, I was worried it was too big of a name and people would get confused. So I started going by Kendra K. And then one time I was introduced onto stage, and they said, "Welcome to the stage, Kendra." Am I a magician? Am I a vampire? Maybe, yeah. But you know, I think if I was a vampire, I would be a lot more skinny on an all liquid diet. I definitely think I would be. As you know, I am a big fan of the Bachelor shows. You know, it's like a car wreck. You can't help but watch it. And you know, that Golden Bachelor did so well, and the Golden Bachelorette, that now they're going to go for someone even older. Yes, Ghost Bachelor. That's right. A guy that right up front tells you he's going to ghost you. Yes, they'll communicate via seance with a medium, a psychic. And the bachelorettes will be like, every time I felt like a cold breeze, I just knew it was him. Yes, and and he likes to like dim the lights because he's a real romantic. Yeah, that'll be in the haunted mansion. So when I thought of that, when I thought, who else could they have on this Halloween Bachelor? Oh, let's see, Zombie Bachelor. Sure, we have, you know, a zombie is basically. So, you know, sometimes communication's a problem when we're dating, but I've got it down to like Morse code, 1 grunt, 2 grunts, and finally a man who wants me for my brains. Yes, and then there's the Vampire Bachelor. Okay, there's some pluses. He has his own castle already, loves to dress up, doesn't like the beach. You know, those are some of the problems you have with this guy and dating him. But you know, there aren't a lot of men out there, so you got to take what you can get. And even with the Werewolf Bachelor, there were some sacrifices. I had to give up my cats and all the walks in the moonlight, but oh, is he built? He's so muscular. Oh, he just pops out of his clothes. Well, I've been Kendra Karbowski, and I have aka Winifred Sanderson. Thank you very much.
All right, let's give it up for Winifred Sanderson, aka Kendra Karbowski, everybody. And Kendra, where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Kendra Karbowski. You can also find me on Facebook with my group called Your Mom's Comedy Show, YER. And I'm on Instagram at Kendra_Karbowski. Not very exciting, but you know.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Now we got to go to our judge, the Crusher, who's going to crush some people's hopes and dreams, including mine. Who is Joker Ace for game number 2? Is it J.D. Stephans, Kristine Knowlton, or Winifred Sanderson? No, it can't be you again. Seriously? Okay, come on. I'm giving you a whole bag of candy, all right? Okay. Oh, Kristine Knowlton, everybody! Yeah! Kristine, stay here. We're going to Dogfight edition right after this. And so, please, everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hold on to your seats. We're going into Dogfight edition of Bombing Run right here on DBTV. All right, we're ready for Dogfight edition. Yeah! And we got our 2 Joker aces, John Molehill, Kristine Knowlton, and they're going to do 3-minute sets on this special Bombing Run Halloween edition. And without further ado, let's go to our first Joker ace of game number 1. Let's go up to John Molehill, everybody. Yeah!
I can't stand when people are staring at me with a look of disgust when I'm eating my Halloween candy. Just tell me you don't want to share, or don't leave your candy sitting out. And I don't know why everybody's so obsessed with getting healthier. Like, you guys want to be here longer and suffer? Not me. I was at the corn maze, and my kids were afraid that they were going to get lost in there with me. I said, don't worry, kids. I'll just eat our way out. and you know, bless my 8-year-old's little heart. She looked at me with those sweet little eyes and said, Daddy, I'm worried about you being so fat and eating. And sometimes I just wish I could trade places with you. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet, honey. That would be awesome. Because then I could eat candy for another 30 or 40 years. And anyway, if I win the lottery, I'm getting all of you guys some therapy.
Woo!
I'm not seeing the timer, FYI, so a thumbs up would help. I'm saving up all my scratch-off tickets because I figure if I ever go bankrupt, at least I'll have those to build me a homeless shelter. And if I die, I'm going to put on my tombstone, I have buried $1 million somewhere on this property. So, you know, they say laughter's the best medicine. So I'll probably get sued for malpractice. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh my gosh! Let's give it up for John Mole here, everybody. Oh, John, could you remind us where we can find you on social media?
Anywhere on John Molehill, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much all of them. Yeah, John Molehill. I keep it simple.
All right, keeping it simple, and he's a construction worker. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh, joke of the night, malpractice. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is. I think you're right about that, Lloyd. But the Crusher, we gotta go. I mean, you said you have to leave right after the show. So are you ready for the second Joker Ace of the night? Okay, you ready? So please welcome to the stage our second Joker Ace of the night. Give it up for Kristine Knowlton, everybody! Yeah!
Thank you, everyone. Yes. So I went to a late show to see a ghostly comedian. The crowds there were so cruel, she got booed right off the stage. But a good question came up the other day. Just how do ghosts meet other ghosts? through the obituaries. I just started dating again. I was nervous. I was very, very nervous. And then I had gotten stood up. It's not easy when you're a ghost that's being ghosted. So in my journeys, I encounter many, many people, especially pirates. There's so many pirate ghosts. And I did to ask them one day, what kind of treasure did the pirate ghost search for? And he simply replied, booty. But I'm an all-around kind of gal, a ghost in my case. Yes, I love going out country line dancing. Yes, that's right. And my favorite dance is the boot scootin' boogie. There's a lot of booze in there. I mean, I'm really enjoying these groans. As I mentioned before, yes, I started dating again. It was going great until one day we broke up.
Oh, no.
He said I was too transparent for him.
Oh.
But that's all right. I went on a trip and I love visiting my grandparents. They are great. My grandma does always have hard candy. That's butterscotch.
Oh.
Butterscotch? Oh, all right. Not a ghostly crowd, anyway. We will end on a high note. Maybe not too high. Let's see where the song goes. All right. Blood, blood, blood red. Will I ever see thee undead? I will haunt thee at thy will, sire, at thy will. Frightening ghost, take thy flight high above the sorrow on this dark night. Blood, blood, blood red. Will I ever see thee undead? I will haunt thee at thy will, sire, at thy will. I'm Kristine Knowlton. Happy Halloween, everyone!
All right, good. Kristine Knowlton, everybody. And one more time, Kristine, remind us how we find you on social media.
You can find me at Linktree Kristine.Knowlton, or you can scan the QR code right on your screen.
All right. Yeah, go scare her up on those social media links. Yes, all right. Okay, so the Judge DeCrocher, you have the toughest job in this whole show, minus booking the comedians, recording the show, editing the show. You have, and hosting the show, you have the toughest job on Bombing Run. Who is it? John Molehill or Kristine Knowlton? All right. I know who is top or ace of aces tonight. It is Kristine Knowlton, everybody. Yeah. All right, Kristine,
Thank you,
call-
everyone. Oh my goodness, it's been a howling adventure of a good time. Yes, right after this, I'm going bird watching. Yes, my favorite is the boo birds. Yes. But more importantly, I do like to go out drinking, even though it does go right through me. I do enjoy a good glass of booze.
Oh.
But the other day, I was just out flying, right? And I tripped over air, as we all do, even when we are alive. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Seriously, I am okay. I just had a little boo. But I picked myself up, and I do like to read, so I went over to the bookstore. And right now, it's like I'm on the first book of the Haunting Games. It's absolutely boo-tastic. However, it's like I did jump on the drinking binge again, and I stayed out all night long, and I was drinking and drinking. In fact, my friends say that I was 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh.
Oh, I just had a thought. It's a rare occurrence, right? But I do have to write it down before I forget it. Does anybody have any ghost-its?
No.
No. All right, so housework is still hell when you're dead. I dust and vacuum. You know what brand of vacuum do ghosts use? A Ghostbuster. Thank you. I've been Kristine Knowlton.
All
Yeah.
right, one more time for Kristine Knowlton. She is the Ace of Aces tonight. She won the special edition of Bombing Run Halloween. But that's been our bombing show for tonight. I would love to thank all our comedians tonight. Let's give it up for John Molehill, Emma Paxton, Lloyd Legacy, Barb, JD Stephans, and then Kristine Knowlton, Winifred Sanderson. And let's give it up for one more time before the judge takes off. Thank you so much, Judge Crusher. Yes, I will take your hand right after the show. That has been our show for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. And for me, the judge, and all the comedians, this has been Oddly Funny Production. Thank you.
This has been an Oddly Funny production.